Oh, if I had a chance to swap lives with any person for one day, I would choose Sasha Steele. She has all that any girl would wish for: packed concert, fans who worship her, and a voice that can cause fainting spells among the audience. I am a guy with an instrument, and I do not have very brilliant performances. It is most likely just wishful thinking, though. Perhaps one day I will get my chance, but for now it is just another Tuesday, playing for tips in a seedy bar. In all sincerity, I often daydream about what it would be like to be a person like Sasha, a rock star with power, control, and all the things that I could never have. Yeah, totally wishful thinking, right? And then, as if the universe knows something, it is of a very dark humor, come that meteor shower. I recall standing there, gazing at the sky as if I were a child who is longing for something that can alter his life. And I stood there in a mix of playful and serious thought while wondering, what if? If I am given the opportunity to exchange places with Sasha Steele, I would not hesitate for a second to do so. I didn't think that anything would happen, really. I just watched the meteors and made my wish, and I went to bed. Maybe in an entirely different universe, there is a person who would be willing to exchange lives with me. To be quite frank, I never thought that anything would come out of it. It was just a stupid thought, a mere joke that crossed my mind.
But then I woke up, and things were off. In the beginning, I believed that I was still in a dream. The bed was too large, the sheets too luxurious, and the room way too glamorous. My first thought, I must have consumed a lot of alcohol last night than I had thought. But when I looked at the mirror, I saw myself and almost shrieked. I wasn't me. I wasn't Ethan anymore. I was Sasha Steele. Sasha freaking Steele! I had to close and open my eyes several times, thinking that I was dreaming, or it was some kind of joke. My hair was done to the best. My face was radiant, and that dress, it was something that could only be seen in one of Sasha's photo shoots. I glanced at my hands and saw delicate hands, well cared for nails, and soft skin that could only belong to a lady. This was real. I had somehow become her overnight. I couldn't breathe. I quickly dressed myself in her clothes and heels. I was trying not to breathe too much. My fingers felt clumsy as I managed to put on the clothes. The truth dawned on me like a bolt from the blue. It was not only her clothes that I was wearing, but I was her. And what I saw on my phone screen was that I had sold all the tickets for tonight's show. What the hell was going on? I attempted to call some individuals. However, my phone was ringing with notifications and text messages. The world had fully embraced the fact that Sasha Steele was ready to roll. I, Ethan, was supposed to be the one who was on the limelight now. There was no going back. The pressure was on, and I had to get through this show in some way. It was the first time that I performed on stage, and the audience went wild. They were chanting her name. My name now, I suppose. I took the guitar, and my heart was beating like crazy, and I was attempting to strum like I knew what I was doing. The whole thing was a blur. I was just able to sing the melody correctly, but the audience was so enthusiastic. They did not mind. I was trembling, frightened, but I could not contain myself. This was Sasha Steele's life, and now I had to live it. It became even more bizarre as days went by. There were so many photographers, all of them with their cameras aimed at the me. People chased me to get my signature, and I was struggling to give interviews and perform on stage. I could not afford to let anyone know that I was just an ordinary man from the lowly background. I was completely clueless as to how I would manage the pressure of being Sasha's life. I began to wonder whether this was some kind of practical joke that the universe was pulling on me. How could I be Sasha Steele? I wasn't a star. I wasn't a diva. This whole life was something I had never experienced before. The longer I stayed as her, the more I felt there was something wrong with me. This was not just a simple exchange. There was some evil plan behind it. Why had it happened? What was the price? Every show was like a test, and the interview like a trap. I had my moments of weakness, moments when I wished to be just an ordinary man, named Ethan again. However, there was power in Sasha's world, fame, influence, freedom. But I could feel the tension rising all the same. I was living a life which I was not meant to live, and it was swallowing me up. And now, I am at a crossroads. Should I go back to being the loser who wanted to be a guitarist at least famous? Or should I live for Sasha Steele and rock the world a never-ending world? It is a decision I have to make, but will I ever be able to return to that guy I was?
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.